Peace, family. You know, as I begin the process of starting to go live and welcoming the community to join us, I want to say, bro, this year has definitely been a great year, an amazing year. And it's something truthfully, when I looked at the vision, it makes me happy to see our community growing. It makes me happy to see where we start and where we're going to finish, man. It truly is a humble beginning for sure. Because, guys, look, I started off with a vision, a dream of just helping men and doing the best I possibly can to make sure men are going to succeed in this life and make sure men are equipped with the tools necessary in order for them to reach their goals that they have in life. And I want to get this out there. I got to say this because a lot of people ask me this question often. Guys, I'm not like a professional at this. Like even my streaming, bro, I was asking questions on how to actually go live, and I've never done it before. So this is all a learning curve for me. All this stuff is new for me, man. So keep that in mind. You can do it too. There's a lot of people that ask me questions. How are you able to effectively communicate? How are you able to start getting out your thoughts so that you can project that to the world? And I'm saying, look, if you're passionate enough to do anything, people will resonate with that message. If you have a true message that people want to hear, guys, people will listen. People will truly listen. And that's what I'm saying. This is just the beginning. This is just the start of what we're doing here at Men Are Needed. There's more to come. And honestly, like I said, this is a blessing. And I'm extremely grateful for all you guys. I'm extremely grateful for what we're going to do in the future. So I titled this Humble Beginnings. Men must build their value. And that's true, man. I ended up working today. I work a blue collar job in basically in a utility company. And tomorrow is going to be Christmas, So basically, it's Christmas Eve and then it's going to be Christmas, but I'm working both days. And I wanted to get this out there, bro. As men, sometimes we have to make sacrifices. We got to dedicate ourselves to an ultimate goal. And salute to anybody that's just entered right now. I'm talking about how men must build their value. This is going to be a powerful message. And I'm thankful for everybody that joins, even if it's one person, if it's me and you, bro, say what's up to me. But I was saying, bro, look, listen, when you're starting this vision and you have this dream, you have to sacrifice in order for you to get to where you want to be. Like now, I got out of the gym, I worked a 10-hour shift. I'm going to work tomorrow on Christmas Eve. And my plan is to come and do another live stream tomorrow. And then I want to live stream again for Christmas Eve so that the people that are lonely, the people that have no community, I want us to just be in here chopping it up, chatting, and just discussing things. Because it's real life, man. There's a lot of topics that need to be discussed. Like I said, I'm not a professional at this. I'm just a man with a dream, a man with a vision that's just trying to help out as many men as I possibly can. Because we're hurting out here, bro. We're really struggling. There's a lot of pain that I see in this world. I go to the gym. I just left the gym and I'm seeing a lot of these guys walking with their heads down. They're looking like they're in shame. And then they see me and I try to say what's up to me, what's up to them. They didn't want to look me in the eyes. And I wish that sometimes men would just have a little bit more confidence, a little bit more courage just to say what's up, because we all have humble beginnings. And that's why I started this in the beginning. I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest with you. I didn't know how to go live. I didn't know how to upload a video. I didn't know how to do a lot of this. Yo, Marcos, what's up with it, man? What's up with it? You be speaking facts about men and the obstacles that we have to face in life. I'm glad you speak about God and physical health and mental health because I find that to be more important than wealth. Money comes and goes, but you only get one life. Bro, Marcos, man, I salute you. That's straight up, bro. And I think you bring up that's a good point. That's a really good point. I'm glad you mentioned that because a lot of people don't incorporate the God aspect into this situation. A lot of young dudes specifically, I talk to them, bro, and Marcos is absolutely right. They always think that money comes first. They want to say, well, you know what? I don't care about people. I don't care how I get to where I got to get to. I'll shit on these dudes. I'll squash these dudes to get to where I need to get. Kind of like a narcissistic mentality. So you're absolutely right, because at the end of the day, if we don't have God, if we don't have physical health or mental health, what do we have in life? Because you could say, yeah, I want to become a millionaire. I want to drive this Lambo. I want to stun on all the people that and prove them wrong. But if you're out here, bro, and you're out here battling cancer, or you got some type of heart disease, or you got high blood pressure, diabetes, and you can't afford your medication, and you're out here, you're sprung out on the drugs because you can't buy those things, so you want to run to the bottle. You're absolutely right, bro. And I thank you for leaving that comment, because a lot of people think that I just out here preaching a message of God, and that's part of the vision. But I do know that in the beginning, bro, I don't know how you started. I would love to see how you got, Marcos, if you're still in here, I would love to see how you started your journey with God. Because a lot of us, we end up because we're in a painful point. Some type of pain happened to us, some type of trauma happened to us, and that's what leads us to God. Or you might be fortunate enough to have a mom or dad that could put you on and give you a little bit of faith. Luckily, I did have a mom. She was able to teach me at a young age. She instilled God into me. And my brothers, bro, like when I grew up, my brothers were running the streets. My brothers were selling drugs. My brothers were gang banging. Like I didn't grow up from the best environment, and a lot of us haven't. So when you come from struggle, you come from pain, you feel like you need something more than this physical aspect. You need God, bro. I don't care what nobody says. Like I said in this last video that I just dropped about why most men want to take their life, a lot of these dudes that I talk to, they're in the mental hospital, bro. They're literally losing their mind. I've seen people spaz out and crash out and do some wild, wicked things, bro, all because they were operating with Satan. They weren't operating with God. Because when you see somebody, bro, I'm not trying to get too graphic or nothing, but when you see somebody take somebody and they're bashing their heads in and they're literally just, you see blood squirting all over the place, what man in the right mind is going to sit there and think that that's okay for you to do that and your another brother? Now, granted, I know there's times that we're doing violent actions because there's war, but at the same time, me personally, if you have enough knowledge, let's say me and Marcos have got a little bit of beef, you know what I'm saying? He's coming to me and he's like, Blade, bro, I don't like how you operate. I don't like how you're moving. As a man, we should be willing to talk about this. The true knowledge is in keeping peace. If we could keep peace as a man and talk about this without getting confrontational, that's how we move forward as a communities. But a lot of us, especially the younger generation, I don't know how old you are, bro, but I'm 34. The people that I see growing up like between 17 to 25, they're quick to try to gang bang on you, try to, twist their fingers up and try to say, no, you're wrong automatically without trying to hear what you got to say. If I can hear you out and 100% listen to what you're saying, bro, that's how we're going to grow and evolve. So when I'm going back to our main message here, which was God, if I'm trying to tell you about a God and you don't want to listen, that's okay. But I'm going to plant the seed in your mind, because I know at the end of the day, you're going to come around when you really hit that rock bottom. Most people are going to come around to God because they have to, because this world is designed to destroy our character as a man. Most of us, I don't care what nobody says. I've seen it, bro. These guys will say they're tough. A lot of these guys will say that the hardest guys out, like they're strong. They're like, there's nothing you could do, bro. You can't stop me, like whatever. And then you see them behind closed doors, bro. They're literally bawling their eyes out, running to a bottle, hitting the Jack Daniels, having to do a line of coke. You know what I'm saying? All because their mind is gone. So I thank you for saying that, bro. That's absolutely facts. Let me get back to what I was saying, though. When I was talking about humble beginnings, so like, bro, I started with a vision, and I still have this dream. There's two of us in here. I think three if you include me. I think there's two people. I don't know if somebody else is in here. I think Marcos is still in here. But in my dream, bro, I have a vision of having at least 1,000 of us in here and a community to where we can build each other up. So if somebody leaves a comment, they're saying, look, bro, I'm battling with schizophrenia right now. How could you help me out with this? Or just for you to make you feel welcome. Like I said, man, I got to work a majority of my job. I don't know if you caught that, Marcos. You'll probably catch it on the replay if you're still in here. I work a utility job. So I'm putting in work. A lot of this, like I said, faith without works is dead, bro. I want to do what I have to do in order for me to get ahead of life. So a lot of us, we don't put any sacrifices in. We don't put disciplined, consistent actions into our dreams. We say, yeah, I want to become a millionaire. Yeah, I want to make money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to drive that Lambo. Yeah, I want to have that baddie. But we're not doing anything when there's nobody around. The times where it's just us and our thoughts, that's how we're going to get to where we need to be. If you truly have a dream, which like I said, I do, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't have to work tomorrow, but I'm doing this because I want to invest back into this business, bro. I want to get better quality cameras. Like I'm streaming on my MacBook right now. You know what I'm saying? I want to get a real live streaming equipment, all this, but this has to be done in order for me to get to where I need to be. So, like I said, sometimes, and I said that on my last video, I'll sacrifice being with my daughter too. And I tell my daughter, look, my daughter's 12. I'll let her know, hey, I love you. I truly do love you with all my heart. But at the end of the day, men have responsibilities, which is like I said, men must put in this work. Men must build their value up. When I go to court, the judge ain't gonna care about whether or not I'm trying to stream and I'm trying to help men out. Salute to whoever just joined this live. The judge isn't gonna care, bro. He's gonna say, you know what? I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, you got to pay child support. You have to take care of responsibilities. And that's what we need to keep in mind as men. So when I'm out here grinding and I'm out here putting in this work, I keep that in the back of my mind. We have to bring our value up. I was getting to the story though. I was at the gym, right? And I'm looking around and I'm seeing how a lot of these women, they walk like, bro, you can't tell them nothing. Like they walk like their confidence is on 1,000 all the time. Now imagine if us as men could walk around with that same confidence. Imagine if we had the ability to whatever room we walked into, we could keep our head held high and we could walk like we truly had the armor of God and we had the protection of God. That would be an amazing thing for us as men. And that's what I strive for us to do in this community. I want us to build ourselves up from scratch. Drake said that started from the bottom, now we're here. Bro, that's where we're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're all gonna be. All of us have the potential. Like he said, too much of us will put money, and that's just our number one priority. But that's just one aspect. When we're talking about building our value, we're talking about on a spiritual level, we're talking about learning things for our mind, we're talking about our spirit. A lot of us would just try to do the physical world. The true kingdom of heaven is within you, bro. You know what I mean? So if we know that and we can understand that, look, I have to get knowledge. Without knowledge, the lack of knowledge is why our people perish. And that's been famously said. And I see that because a lot of our young brothers, they say, yeah, I want to build my value up. I want to build my value up. And I ask them, well, how are we going to do it? And they have no clue. I'm like, well, all right, tell me some of your goals. I don't have any goals. I just want to make money. I'm like, well, all right, how are you going to make money? I don't know. I got here and trap. I'm like, so you think trapping is going to be the answer to the solution, bro? Because that's not it. Honestly, bro, I don't know where you came from, Marcos. I don't know what city you in, but a lot of us, we've just been steered in the wrong direction. A lot of us been told misinformation, and sometimes it's just because we don't know any better. Your mom she might not know any better, bro. A lot of us in these communities, our moms or dads are just trying so desperately to live paycheck by paycheck. They're going to work, working, sometimes 60 hours. They need two jobs just to stay afloat, especially in this economy, because this economy right now is destroying a lot of our brothers, man. A lot of our brothers are working jobs that pay minimum wage because they didn't learn this information that I'm trying to give you. I give as much game that I get in my brain when I'm talking to these people, when I'm talking to OGs, when I'm talking to people that are wise in my communities, like 60s, 70s, 80s. And I recently made a video on this too, about how our young men, they're so quick to say, no, what you're doing is not right. No, what you're saying is not right. I don't want to hear what you got to say at all without learning what I truly, sometimes as a man, if I'm 34 and somebody's 14, I've experienced a little bit more than you. That doesn't mean I have all the answers, but I've lived a little bit longer than you. So if I can try to keep you from putting your hand on the fire and burning yourself, why would you not be receptive to try to hear that? That's one thing that I just don't understand in our communities. So like I said, our parents sometimes, they don't know any better, bro. And you can't fault them for that. And if you have a little bit of knowledge because you stumbled across this video and I'm giving you some game, all this stuff that I'm trying to give back to you guys, I would love for you guys just to incorporate one or two things, because these things will change your life. These things will put you in a position to where you actually can grow. I want you to plant that little mustard seed. You have the faith, because a lot of us don't have faith. A lot of us just don't believe, bro. If you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you? You know what I'm saying? I could believe in you as much as you want, but at the end of the day, if you're not, if you, granted, now, if you came out of my physical presence, I would hold you accountable. A lot of people can't. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. And if people know me, if my family or my friends or people that know me because they're subscribed to my channel and stuff too, they can leave a comment and say it's 100. But if you know me in real life, bro, I hold everybody accountable. I want everybody to win. I want us all to succeed. There's no reason why we can't, bro. There's no reason why we can't win other than the fact that most of us are jealous, most of us are envious, and most of us are in this competitive mindset that is crabs in a barrel. I'm crawling my way up just to get to where you're at instead of being like, hey, bro, how can we build together? What can we do together in this moment right now so that we can at least help our community back and give back to our family so we can build a legacy and we can build generational wealth so we can break these generational curses. A lot of us come from curses, bro. A lot of us in these communities, our moms, they're single moms because they picked the wrong man. Our dads are hurt because their dads weren't around. So those two alone, when those two come together, they're hurt. Hurt people hurt people. That's the saying. So if you know that hurt people are out here hurting people and they come from curses, a lot of this can stem back, this can stem back hundreds of years. And you think that it's just one bloodline. It's not. This shit's going all the way back, bro. This is all the way back. I'm talking about hundreds of years. And this is still in the DNA structure. A lot of this knowledge I've learned by reading and listening to podcasts when I'm at work. I'm constantly studying. I'm constantly growing. But our DNA, if you study it, bro, this goes back. This trauma and this pain can go back for a lot of us from the slavery times. A lot of us, like let's say I have my daughter and I come from pain. My father was an alcoholic. So now that gene is carried on to the next generation. You get what I'm saying? So we need to know this and we need to explore our family history. We don't do that a lot of times, though. Let's see. He goes, Marco says, I became born again in 2020. I grew up in church, but never had a relationship with him until 2020. I was dealing with unforgiveness and bitterness. Wow. From past relationships. Jesus help me forgive. Amen. Amen, brother. Hey, bro, I'm so glad that you found that. Hey, Marcos, that's real. You know what? That's interesting that you say that, bro. And I'm glad that you left that comment, Marcos, because that's absolutely true. You know what I've noticed? Bro, a lot of our brothers woke up during 2020. That was like the great awakening because it forced us. A lot of us were in the home alone. We were just stuck by our thoughts and we had to seek a relationship with God. So he proved that another instance there. And he said he was dealing with unforgiveness and bitterness from past relationships, which is true. A lot of us deal with that hurt from a woman. Generally that's how it is most of the time. We have to experience that a hard way too. A lot of us do that. And I think that's why I speak on these relationships, because if we don't heal from these relationships, we're just going to go into the next relationship and hurt them and be bitter. And a lot of the women are bitter too because they've been hurt, so it's just like, at what point are we going to learn how to evolve and be better men, which is why I speak. That's why I titled this, It's Humble Beginnings. And I appreciate you for saying that. He's humble enough to acknowledge the fact that he was hurt. Most of us don't do any self-reflection. Most of us don't do any self-awareness. And then we just expect for us to be in a better relationship. We expect for us to just have, a line of women that want to be with us, bro. How? It don't work that way because these women aren't doing they're not doing any self-reflection majority of the time because they don't have to, because most men are still going to want to be with them. Most men were just satisfied and content with having any woman. You know what I mean? So if you're not operating with any morals, with any ethics, with any standards, and you're not forgiving people for their actions, because I've noticed in my life, bro, I've experienced people with true amount of pain and they don't forgive the other person. They'll take their anger out on that person. And when that happens, bro, it can get extremely violent. And that person a lot of times is coming from pain, is coming from trauma. So you just see a reflection. It's just a projection of yourself. And we need to know this. A lot of this is, if you study psychology, which I have I've studied psychology my whole life. That's why I can pick people's brain and come to the point I am right now. But so I think sometimes people are afraid to just talk about God in general. And I'm not, bro, because God helped me along my journey. God saved me too. God, he helped me be reborn. And we need that as men, because I don't care if you say that you got it all figured out. When you have cancer, bro, and you're lying on that deathbed, you're gonna pray to something. I've seen it, bro. You know what I mean? You're gonna ask God to come and intervene, because you know this chemotherapy is draining your soul, is draining your spirit. And these doctors will even tell you, like, bro, I was dating this physician assistant. She still talks. She just texts me right now, and she tells me, so a physician assistant works under a doctor a lot of times. And what they do is essentially like they fill in for the doctor if their doctor's not there. And she said that when she was doing her residency to basically be a physician assistant, she worked in the oncology, which basically those are the people that mix up the chemotherapy and stuff like that. And she was saying how the people that made it past stage 4 cancer or made it past to where they had brain cancer and they were told, look, you're going to die in 3 months. The people that made it past that point were the people that had faith, the people that believed in God. Now, the ones that didn't, that had anger and was like, God, why did you do this to me? You're the one that gave me this cancer, or they just blamed whatever. Those are the people that when the doctor told them, look, you're going to die in 3 months, they died in 3 months. And she's telling me case after case after case, bro. And I'm like, man, that can't be coincidence, but it's faith though. That's what I'm saying. A lot of us, it just comes down to faith. I don't know if you guys ever read, if anybody's catching this on a replay, I would implore you guys to read The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Bro, that book's been around for a long time. If you guys know who Bob Proctor is, he spoke about that book and he was mentioning about that. Napoleon Hill talked about that in Think and Grow Rich, about how our brain can literally heal itself. Now we're going a little bit of tangent, but he brought up a good point, and I'm just giving them as much game as I can because we're on this live. I think another person just entered, and this is good information. This is good game. So when you're thinking about your brain, bro, and you're thinking about your subconscious mind, Dr. Joseph Murphy, look him up, bro, if you can on podcasts or whatever. If not, Joe Dispenza, he speaks about this a lot too, and he'll mention it. Although they don't speak about God 100%, but they'll say like infinite intelligence, our consciousness, which is essentially just God. They just don't say Jesus flat out, but the information can be applied to you, and you could just believe. You know, it just comes down to belief. So what I'm getting at here is that. And I don't want to keep you guys too long. This is just my first live. This is just the first go around, see what's up. Because like I said, I'm not a pro at this, bro. I'm just on here trying to help everybody out and trying to make sure that us as men can do the best that we can to build our value up, which is this. So when I'm talking about, I was in a gym and I'm seeing these women with confidence. Why can't we have confidence? That's all I ask. I pose that question to everybody. Now he's saying he's dealing with pain from the past. I get that. Relationships. That's one reason why. Maybe why we don't have money. That could be another reason why we lack confidence. Past from our parents. Maybe our parents instilled a certain psychology that you ain't shit, you a loser, you're a bum. So that could be another reason why we don't have confidence. And then our peers. A lot of times, our peers, we grow up at a young age with friends, or sometimes some of us, especially this new age generation, they're stuck on these social media apps. They're lonely, they're sad, they're depressed. They didn't grow up how we grow up, being able to run in the playgrounds and shoot and play hoops. You know what I'm saying? They didn't grow up with that. They're inside their home playing Roblox or playing video games or something like that. Fortnite. A lot of these young dudes would just want to play Fortnite, and I'm asking them, "Hey, bro, where are your friends at?" "Oh, my friend lives in Japan." I'm like, "Japan? Have you even met him?" No, but and then he told me his username. I'm like, "Bro, that ain't your friend, bro." I mean, it could be, I guess. But at the end of the day, we need to build up ourselves from scratch, bro. Leave these video games alone until we sacrifice to get where we need to get to so we can build our confidence, like I said, and then set goals. Setting goals is extremely easy, but a lot of us overcomplicate this because we think that this goal is too big. Bro, if God gave you a vision, that goal is supposed to be big. It's not supposed to be a small vision. Now, it can be depending on what he truly wants you to do. Some of us, maybe we got a vision from God that we were told that we were supposed to go in these communities and help the homeless. But a lot of us might bypass that because they don't see themselves as somebody that has the ability to go help the homeless. Now they have a desire, which I've talked to people that they truly do have a desire, bro. They love to help the homeless, but they're scared because a lot of these homeless people are violent sometimes because they need the drugs and things like that. But when you look at Mother Teresa, you look at Gandhi, bro, these people were doing work like that, and that can sometimes not be as profitable as you think. Yeah, you might think, look, man, I want to make millions while doing my purpose. And I made a video coming, I got a video coming about this too, but while we're on here, it just came to my mind. I'm going to explain this. A lot of us think that money will always equate to your purpose from God when it's not true. Sometimes God designed you specifically to help bring balance to this world, especially during these times. I believe, like he said, he woke up in 2020. I do honestly, in the core of my soul, believe that was a transitioning point. That was a point to where consciousness and God kind of like wanted those people to wake up that weren't truly wake up. There was a huge mass awakening. And from that point, there's a huge, I can see it, bro. There's a big divide between people that are righteous, people that want to operate in the kingdom of God, people that want to go oppose these wicked forces, and the people that want to stay stuck in a perpetual, constant cycle of violence or wickedness or jealousy or fornication. Now, and a lot of people will say this too. The people that are righteous, the people that are godly, the people that are already on this side, we have to show compassion for the people on the other side. And I think that's where we get it wrong in a lot of these quote unquote religious communities, is because they're quick to judge people for the sins that they've had in their lives. But like he said, if I'm dealing with, let's say he said I was dealing with bitterness. If I'm dealing with bitterness, right? And as a godly, you're the godly man, I'm the one with the bitterness. You know that I'm dealing with this bitterness. And instead of helping me out, you automatically judge me. You're going to condemn me even more. And I'm not going to feel like you're truly operating in a God spirit. And I think sometimes that's where people in these communities, we get it wrong because you just want to push the scripture on them automatically without coming to him as a person first, bro. You got to see the God in him, bro, because we're all made in the image of God, my brother. And if you know that we're all made in the image of God, you should look at everybody as your brother or your sister. Now, granted, sometimes there are spirits operating within these people that will portray a different version. And sometimes it makes you think, man, what is this person like? What is operating in the spirit? But if you could see beyond that, and that's what I talked about in my last video about how some of these people they just don't want to live no more, bro. They have a spirit, a suicidal spirit. They want to take their life. Now, if I see him as somebody that just wants to go and just self-delete and self-harm, and I don't show him any compassion, and that guy, especially if he's a brother, he does that, you're going to feel that on the back end on your mind because you're operating with the spirit of God. And that's why I think we don't win in that aspect. And I want us to do better as a community, just to have a little bit more compassion. Too many of us are just quick to judge one another. They might see an obese guy and they're like, look at this guy right here. He's fat, he's ugly. And that's especially in these, because a lot of people try to equate me to the RP communities. I have some RP awareness, but I wouldn't say I'm 100% because a lot of times they don't incorporate God into this. So they'll say, yeah, you're just fat, you're ugly, and bro, you're a loser. You're a loser, man. You need to get your money up, dog. That's all you need to do. Until you get your money up, don't even come around me. And I'm like, how is anybody going to be receptive to that type of energy? If you came around and you just told me that, I'm gonna be like, man, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, excuse my language. I don't mean it, but I'm just getting passionate about what I'm speaking about right now because I want us all to succeed. And I think as a community, I see some people, bro. I know that they're obese. I know that they're not the most attractive guy. I know that they're 5'5", but at the end of the day, does that mean that he shouldn't have any hope? Does that mean that he should just take his life because he'll never win? He'll never succeed? I don't think that's the case because, like I said, I'm a firm believer that everybody has a purpose. Everybody was brought here for a reason. Yeah, that guy might be, overweight. Yeah, that guy might be 5'5", but God still wants him to do that. Maybe that's that one guy with the vision to help these communities and bring generational wealth. He wants to buy back these communities, regentrify the communities, and make sure that us that are living in poverty can have affordable housing. Now, if that's that guy with that ability, but everybody's overlooking him because they're seeing him as a loser, he's seeing him as a fat boy. He's only foot five. We're not taking him serious. He's a joke. But low key, he's sitting on wealth. He's low key sitting on his family's generational wealth, and he can really help change our societies. Or let me get some water because I'm getting a little parched. This is a good point right here. What if that guy was able to truly build a bond with you as a friend, bro? And a lot of us, we're lonely. We don't have any friends. And I got a video on how we can make more friends. But what if that guy was truly able to resonate with you? Well, let's say your father was an alcoholic, right? You used to get abused as a kid, and that caused you to be bitter, and that caused you to not want to forgive anybody in your life. So you come up with this traumatic, you got PTSD with every man that you see. So then you want to basically have some type of anger towards everybody. Now, what if that was that one guy that would help you out and give you that vision and help you out and be able to relate to you and build a bond? I think that's strong, bro. I think we should just build our value up, continue to grow, continue to evolve, and continue to be the best version of ourselves. Like I said, this is just a start. I'm not going to keep it too long for the one person that's still in here. I salute you, bro. I thank you for being in here. If that's Marcos, thanks, bro. I thank you for leaving a comment. There's more to come. This is just the beginning. Like I said, I'm getting started with this. This is just a new path that I want us to go. And truly, I have a vision from God and I want us to do the best. Thanks for stopping in, bro. I think I'm gonna make part 2 tomorrow more than likely because I think I'm gonna work my shift and I want to. If anybody brother's lonely and he don't got nobody because it's Christmas Eve, because I'm working, I'm gonna come home and probably do the same thing tomorrow. So probably around the same time. I don't know what time you are. I'm in Illinois, so it's about to be 10:30 over here. Thanks for everybody that's catching on to replay. Let's keep growing. Let's keep evolving. Let's keep doing the best. God bless you all. Thanks for stopping in. Peace.